Hi, I'm Louis Giglio, and I'm glad you've joined me for this journey into one of life's most pressing and important questions. Who is Jesus? Who is this man, executed by the state, betrayed by his own disciple, nailed to a piece of wood and hung out to die? The symbol of whose death has become an icon that people display on buildings, attach to their necklaces, tattoo on their arms, and sing about in nearly every language. Who is this rabbi whose teachings are banned by various countries around the world? Who is this man who has split history in two? Think about that. Our entire modern world keeps track of the years and centuries based on his life, the life of one homeless man in the Middle East 2,000 years ago. If nothing else, he's worth investigating for that reason alone. Who is this Jesus? Napoleon considered him more powerful than any emperor who has ever lived on earth. Vincent van Gogh called him an artist greater than all other artists. Gandhi said he was the penultimate example of nonviolent resistance. Martin Luther King Jr. posited that Jesus was executed because he was an extremist for love, truth, and goodness. Albert Einstein said that Jesus was more than a myth. He was undoubtedly a real person. History is overflowing with declarations, objections, arguments, and opinions about this one central question: who is Jesus? I'm convinced that the journey we're about to embark on has something important in it for everyone. Perhaps you're new to this conversation and you're wondering, why are there more than 2 billion people on the planet who claim to follow this man? What is so special about him? Or maybe you're one of those followers. Perhaps you've trusted in Jesus since you were a child, but you've never really understood all the historical aspects of his life. Or maybe you've heard all about this man named Jesus, but it just doesn't add up for you. You might be wrestling with questions like, was Jesus a good man, or was he God? Is he a friend to us, or a foe? Is this Jesus a king over all things, or just a pawn passively watching history go by? Is he merely a way to eternal life, or is Jesus the way, the only way? And paradoxically, is he a lion, or is he a lamb? It's understandable for all of us that we might be holding on tightly to what we've heard about Jesus in the past. My prayer today is that you will open your mind and consider the person of Jesus. Who you find just might change your life. Welcome to session 1 of Who is Jesus? So a few years ago, we were doing a few world tour events and we were in London. We didn't want to do fast food, and so we thought, sushi sounds good. So we ended up at the top of this building having an amazing meal. There were about maybe 10 of us at a round booth at the top of this building. And somewhere about maybe halfway into the meal, someone said, "Don't look now," but at the booth adjoining ours, this other circular booth where the backs of the booths actually touched each other, "Don't look now, but in that other booth is," and then they named a very well-known celebrity, an actor, an actress. I never know the difference between actor and actress, so a female actor, how about that? I, in time and over history, had really appreciated the body of work for this particular actor, actress, and so I was wanting to know for sure if it was her or not, and so I did what you would do. I excused myself from the table, did a lap around to the restroom, came back around their table so that I could get a full-on bird's eye view. Now, I was playing it as cool can be, but I'm sure if you replay the tape, I was stalking and staring and being really awkward. And so I came back to the table, but the problem was I was unconvinced. And so I sent out another spy to investigate the land, and I said, "You go." And so I'm guessing over the next 20 to 30 minutes, every one of us at our table went to the restroom. There is still some division among our team, even to this day, as to the veracity of the identity
of this person. I'm going with yes, but a lot of people still say maybe, and there's a couple of people who are convinced, no, it wasn't her. So on a more important note today, and I know you're like, well, you're not going to move on and not tell us who it was, because if you do that, we're going to leave, and then you can just share this with yourself the rest of this